Welcome to Alcoy. We're underneath the Hotel Reconstitucia, I think that's what it's called. It's a big hotel, isn't it? But what we're trying to find is a nice viewpoint for a fantastic bit of architecture. Something that you don't usually see. So the worst thing about coming to this town is the parking. It took us around about 20 minutes to try and find a parking space.
Yeah. There's no, not multi-stories, but like underground car parking. It's all on the street.
It is all on the street. So we've came to Alcoy because it was one that was on the way home. 2, it's a fantastic looking town. And 3, it's got this fantastic bit of architecture which covers which once would have been a river. There's water down there. You can see it. There's a tiny little stream. But when you look at the size of the embankments, that's had a lot of water. Probably when it rains a lot. But the reason, I mean, look at those buildings. That's a fabulous looking building. But that's not what we came to see. We came to see this fantastic bridge with its fantastic architecture. It's not often you see things like that in this region of Spain.
No.
In towns.
And even there as well. That must be like a government building.
Yeah, that's like a government. It's like the MI5 building in London, isn't it? Yeah, that's a government building of some sort. It's obviously there's obviously the old castle for Alcoy, and that's the original gates. That's the original gates to what would have been the castle, or the old town, and it's been built around. Well, it's been built inside and over. Yeah, because look, there's like a drawbridge up there. We need to head up there. We need to go up there. But that bridge, I'll just scan in so you could see. Anyway. There we go. So now, let's explore Alcoy.
It's like mad in the centre of town, but it's quiet.
Yeah, this is basically, it splits the town in 2 halves, this part of the town. And it is really quiet down here. But believe me, the high street was mobbed. And it is a busy, busy town. But we here want to go up and see the front of the old town itself. That must have been a big river at some point, because look at the embankment.
All the way up, mate.
Yeah. It just shows you how dry some of the rivers are here in Spain. This is like a little oasis. Imagine having this as your apartment block, overlooking. So it does have its modern apartment. It has a lot of modern buildings, and there's some of the nice cracking roof terrace up there. But it does have a lot of modern buildings, and it also has a lot of older buildings, which we are going to look at. So if you look at this bridge up here, that walkway, that road, that would have been probably a drawbridge or something at one day, because the old town was all above this hill. So let's take a walk around here and see if we can get in. But then you have, it's a fantastic thing about this type of place. Yeah, like you've got the modern buildings over there, Andy. Right, really modern place. And then as you turn to the left, you've got a typical old Spanish building that's in need of repair.
Behind you got a nice sandstone.
Yeah, and then, there's a nice sandstone building. There's an entrance to a cave underneath, down there. It's all locked off. That goes under the city.
It's either a cave or that'll be the old waterways.
No, because the waterway comes down the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there's not many times that you walk up to a building that's as dramatic as this. I wonder what it is. I wonder if you can get into the town up here.
Get Wi-Fi.
Get Wi-Fi, yeah. It's a good thing about Spain, isn't it? I mean, we get 750 megabits for like 30 odd euros. There's the hotel that we parked under. It's unbelievable how quiet this area is compared.
Just on that bridge there.
Yeah. To just 2 streets away from there. Ah, this is fantastic. You need to see this. Like the medieval old town of Alcoy, where it looks as if they've just, this would have been the old way to get in. In fact, it probably wasn't even, this wall was probably locked off. Right, another side, brand new apartments. We want to go this way, and then we'll go up and then we'll walk back around over the bridge. Brand new apartments. So there is where we came from. We crossed over this bridge here, and then you see the old factories. These would have been old factories back in the day. They would make brilliant apartments. The old chimney. Old chimney. Right, this bridge would have been how you get in. It's not even a road, is it? It's a single lane road. Yeah. So this is the bridge that would have separated the city, because the city would have been built in the old medieval towns. We're all within the city walls. And let's face it, not many people would be getting across this. Anyway, we want to head into the old town before we take you over to the new town. There's another building. So Alcoy, if you didn't know this already, has the oldest Three Kings parade in Spain. Bit of useless information for you, but it does have the oldest Three Kings parade in Spain. Interesting. So it's typical Spanish with its little one-way streets, little balconies looking over the town, and this is the bridge that we walked under. I'm now going to walk over the top of the bridge. Ah, look, signs for parking.
Yeah.
Look at that building. Wow, the lights. Then walk over the bridge. So I think the equivalent in Edinburgh would probably be the Waverley Bridge. Glasgow, probably be the Kingston Bridge. No idea what this bridge is called, but it is in Alcoy. Got to say, it is windy today. It's windy, isn't it? It's not often I say this, but we look like tourists. You can tell that all the Spanish are walking about with their big winter coats on still, and I'm rocking about
I've got tracky bottoms on.
shorts and t-shirt. Ah, but you're commando. That's even worse. As we walk over the bridge, it is really windy here today. And you've got, it always amazes me that Spain can have some fantastic architecture and then it builds something like that. So that is the hotel. It is a 3-star hotel. Should have been in and had a look. So, an estate agent's in Alcoy. How cheap is Alcoy? There's an apartment, 120 grand. There's a house, 310.
It's a big house.
It's a big house, yeah, it's a big house.
400 square metre house.
400 square metres, 310 euros. 138. So the cheapest one is an apartment up here, which is 120,000 euros. And it doesn't tell you the size of it. There's another apartment, 220, 240. There are a lot of apartments. Oh, wow.
$500,000.
Ah, that's a fantastic looking property. Look at that. If you had 600,000, you would buy that. There's one at 150, 130. They're probably apartments. 129 square metres. Yeah, they're apartments. There are a lot of apartments in this town. But that's the price that you'll pay for property. It does have one of the oldest medieval, which if you look on the side of that building, Andy, if you look at that, it does have a lot of medieval stuff. It does have one of the biggest Moors and Christians festivals. Also has one of the oldest Three Kings Day. Well, the oldest Three Kings Day here in Spain. So there you go. Let's take a walk at the town. So over the road there you can see that they've demolished what used to be an apartment block and they will build a new apartment block right in the centre of the town. Sabadell Bank. They always have the banks right opposite each other, don't they? Always have the banks. The Sabadell Bank. Regular bus service. So the one thing that we have noticed about this main street is, Andy,
A lot of independent shops.
Yep.
A lot of independent, like, shoe shops. Everything. There's no big brands.
as we just passed Drinny.
Well, yeah. But,
Yeah,
no,
in general, yeah.
in general, there's not.
In general, there's not a lot of big brands. It is a lot of small, local owned shops. And right in the middle of the town, which they have got the main road going one way. Also have this massive cycle lane to go both ways. Right through the middle of the town. Which is interesting. And it's that shows you that it's a busy town. Because this is the type of thing that you get in the likes of Amsterdam. Yeah.
The two busiest roads, one goes one way, one
Yeah.
goes the other.
Yeah, that's right. So Andy just said rather than have the traffic blocking both ways on the road, they've got one road going one way, which is just 2 streets away, and then they've got this road which comes this way, which is sensible, isn't it? It is just, they do the simple things easy. One of the best shops ever in Spain. You have to find your little bakery. It's just a little bit of heaven, isn't it? Isn't it? It's just a little bit of heaven. So there is the first shop that I've seen that is up for rent over there. And it is quite a big road. And it goes quite, when we crossed, it was a way down there. We could scan in. Can't even scan in properly. But that is the first shop that we've seen that is up for rent. There is an apartment up there, an estate agent, and then you have this nice new modern build also. New modern build apartment block right in the centre of town. And there's a lot of boutique women's shops as well, I've noticed. Is that a German beer shop? This is a German pub. Even in the middle of the town, you find somewhere that's got a fantastically old building. Nice little gardens. A nice little fountain. Right in the middle of the town centre. Love it. Absolutely love it. Right, we are close to what we came to see really. We usually start the video off in this place. But today, oh look, there's mint and everything. €2, $2.50 for basil. That's a big flower shop, isn't it?
Chinese.
Yeah, it's a Chinese. So, normally we start the video at this place, and this must be the thinnest building for a church. Don't know if it's obviously been there a long time, but it's obviously been squeezed into the bit of land that it's on. It does have a fantastically big tower, I have to say. But it's right next to this modern building, and it is really thin. So there is the church in Alcoy. I don't know if it's the main church. It does have a big clock on the side tower, which is interesting. So that is that. That is the church here in Alcoy. So if we head up that way, there's more sort of commercial areas. If we head down this way, this is where the car was parked. That's where we're heading to next. I hope you've enjoyed this video, a walk around about Alcoy. Something a little bit different, something a bit off the beaten track. Some fantastic old architecture and a lot of modern ugly buildings at the same time. Make sure that you give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and I shall see you on the next one. Hasta luego.